The president's weekend Twitter tirade against special counsel Robert Mueller fueling criticism on the left. They say he's abusing his power. Well, the tweet's also catching the attention of our next guest. Scott Adams is the author of Win Bigly, Persuasion in a World Where Facts Don't Matter. But you may know him better as the creator of the comic strip Dilbert. Scott, great to have you with us tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now, listen, you're somebody who predicted a long time ago that President Trump would be President Trump. I mean, you saw something in his messaging and the way he related to people, and you say he's still doing it. I mean, what's your analysis of him?
Yeah, I've got a background in hypnosis, and I've studied persuasion for decades as part of my job. And I see in him more persuasion power than I've ever seen in one human being. It's a collection of skills that all work together to be very persuasive.
All right.
And you're probably going to ask about the tweets, the recent tweets. I feel that's coming.
Yeah, because you've got some reaction to them, and you say that, you know, people may be missing the bigger point with him and the way that he creates a message and what he's doing long term.
Yeah, you see in his recent tweets about McCabe and Comey and Mueller that he's doing the same thing that he did successfully, I think, with Judge Curiel, which is he called out potential bias, and it doesn't matter if there's real bias or not, as a legal persuasion strategy. It's really good to call it out and put that in everybody's mind. It does two things. If the decision goes against him, well, then he's got a ready-made excuse, and he can say, look, I called out the bias. But in the legal system, and you see this with the Mueller investigation, as you saw it with Judge Curiel, there are a number of decisions, always, that go in this gray area and could go either way. And when you put that much pressure on somebody to say, it looks like you might be biased, and that's what he's doing with the case of, you see McCabe and Comey and Mueller all being lumped together for this lack of credibility persuasion. So no matter which way it goes, he's got a little bit of safety there, because he could say, well, they were biased. But more importantly, they probably will be making decisions, Mueller in this case, that could go either way. And this puts a lot of pressure on him to not even have the appearance of bias. So it's really solid persuasion, even though it's making people pretty excited.
It is, on both sides of the aisle, on both sides of all of these issues. It was interesting to me in a review of your new book, from a piece, reading into it, it said this. It says, among the drivers of human decision-making are reality filters like confirmation bias, with which we interpret new data to uphold what we already believe. And then they quote you from the book saying, confirmation bias isn't an occasional bug in our human operating system. It is the operating system. So with that in mind, is there any room for persuasion now?
Yeah, persuasion is pretty much all that's happening. You know, we humans ignore facts, but we think we don't. So the great illusion of life is that we're rational beings making rational decisions most of the time. But when you become a hypnotist, the first thing you learn is that that's backwards, and that mostly we're deciding based on our team, our feelings, our emotions, irrational reasons we make our decision, and then we rationalize it no matter how tortured that rationalization is.
Well, the idea of hypnosis and persuasion, it's fascinating. The book is really interesting. And for people who want to watch you on Twitter, that's a lot of fun. And also, you break down the president's tweets and do a lot of your own videos that are very interesting. So I didn't know that you did that, but you're multi-talented. So thanks for dropping in on us, Scott. Great to meet you.
All right, thank you.